Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
The aftermath of every social revolution brings about change. Cultural norms and landmarks shift as our minds and hearts expand beyond the familiar. To everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose in the land of the living. This is our time to renew, revive, and restore the hope lost to the busyness of life. This is our time to dig again and rebuild from the storms of our past on a solid footing that holds. Welcome to The Foundation.
The Foundation. 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 The Foundation. The Foundation. Foundation.
Oh, what a night. What a night, what a night. Oh gosh, what a night. I feel good when you're wrapped up in my arms, dancing to a reggae song. Feel good, feel good. I feel good, 'cause your perfume isn't loud, and only I can talk about. Feel good, feel good. You feel like
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant in your company, The Foundation. It's a beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen, live and in full effect on March 18th. We are here alive and living. Slap yourself on the chest. Talk to me. You are here, baby. We're still here in the land of the living, giving. I hope that you're aligning yourself with the purpose that you're called to. I hope you had a great weekend, guys. We're out here. Make sure you pick up your Guardian newspaper. All the information's in there. I got some crazy telephone calls this weekend. Howard, they didn't send them. My God, they sent them. Prime Minister announces Royal Bahamas Defense Force blockade. 120 officers being deployed for operations amid Haiti crisis. I understand that there's petition going around, so forth and so on. Y'all, we can talk about this. We're going to talk about this because when you sign up for something, I got a story to tell. When you sign up for something, talk to me. You got to be able to assume that the worst is afoot. And this may be considered the worst at this particular time. Let's talk about some stuff. Before we dive into anything, I got to shout out my dear decent people over at AFS Insurance Agents and Brokers. They got everything laid out for you. Make sure you go and check them out from Monday to Saturday. Right? They got everything there for you. If you are in the market to be able to pick up some of your plates, some insurance rather, for all the plates that you got, your SDs, your jitneys, your taxis, your livery, all those particular things, they got insurance, in-house financing available for you. Go check out my good decent friend, Ethric Bowe. They got everything laid out for you. His number is 3411-AFS, 3411-AFS. I want to thank all the persons that continue to be able to sponsor the show. Like I said, pick up your Guardian newspaper. We got everything there for you. Today, we got a special segment for you, right? I am grateful to be able to be here, as a Grand Bahamian. I'm always excited to let you know what's going on in Grand Bahama, here in the city, being able to talk about these particular things, especially as we're seeing some things happen as it relates to being able to grow and develop and move on. Well, there are great opportunities available to us for us to be able to do a great deal of things out here in the city, wherever you are. If you're listening in, you can invest now. And I want to say that this is the proverbial ground floor, that there are great opportunities afoot, ahead. at the horizon that we can be able to see coming for Grand Bahama, the pronouncements that's being made by the government, the strides that are being made by the Grand Bahama Port Authority. We want to say that there's some great things. And we have the Grand Bahama Port Authority and GB, Grand Bahama DevCo Company, Grand Bahama Development Company, in the house with us today, being able to talk about some stuff. I got my very good friend Charmaine Johnson in here with us, and also Charles Pratt. They're going to talk to us. He's the senior manager in that particular capacity. So I want to know a little bit about some stuff. Guys, say good afternoon to the people.
Afternoon, NASA. A pleasure, Howard. Always good to see you. NASA, it's good to be here in the capital city. We got some good things to talk about.
It's always good to be seen, and it's good to see you. Still got your beautiful smile. I know that we're going to hear some great things coming down from the Grand Bahama Port Authority.
Great. Howard, again, thank you for having us. Charles Pratt here, Senior Manager for Sales and Commercial Development for the group. And you're right, we're happy to be on the foundation.
My God.
Where we can lay some investment foundations.
My God.
Ideas
I see what he did.
For your listening audience.
There you go.
Thank you for having us. So
I'm grateful, man.
We're ready for you.
I'm grateful, man. I want to talk about this because, you know, in the news there has been this kind of an idea as to whether or not Grand Bahama is on the right footing. We're seeing that the Grand Bahama Port Authority is doing a great deal to be able to get everything, all its ducks in a row as it relates to investments coming in. Tell me about where we are right now, as of today, in Grand Bahama from the Port Authority standpoint and for the development of the city.
Okay. So I want to give you this figure that we have been providing to those who will hear of what is in store for Grand Bahama. $2 billion projected investment dollars projects in the pipeline as we speak. I want to say about half to maybe 3/4 of that already in the ground, namely Carnival Cruise Line, Weller Development. We speak about the shipyard and the investment announcement made maybe a month or two ago. Also, the redevelopment of the Freeport Harbor and other small development projects in the pipeline. If we had a visual now, we will show you our investment map of Grand Bahama, showing you exactly where these developments are occurring. But we have more on that, and that's a part of why we're here today. But it is a seamless investment process for the ready investor. You will hear us talk about Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau, who is also sponsoring the event that is happening here in Nassau on Wednesday at 6 p.m., as well as the Grand Bahama Development Company, who will be speaking specifically to strategic prime developable properties in Grand Bahama, which leverages the investment certain dollars that are occurring right now in Freeport, Lucaya.
I read some information in there, and you have investments as low as $25,000 with 10% down, in-house financing. Talk to me about this.
Okay, so those are residential properties offered by the Grand Bahama Development Company /DEFCO. These are properties located in the Lucaya area, and you're quite right. Mm-hmm. You're talking about average a third of an acre for as little as $25,000. And that's a single family property. We also have duplex, multifamily, high-rise, and commercial, which you'll hear us talking about more today. But those properties exist. And there is what we call an in-house term payment arrangement that can be made by the individual who's ready to make that investment. So as little as 10% down, you can do that, the balance over 7 years at an 8% interest rate. We have in-house attorneys that handle all the legal paperwork, so there's no out-of-pocket expense except your down payment.
Grand Bahama's always actually had, as it relates to infrastructure, right? As it relates to infrastructure, it's always been sort of the jewel of the Caribbean. From the 50s, with the development of the Hawksbill Creek Agreement and what we've seen, both Jack Haywood and Wallace Grove, Jack Haywood, Edwards and George, all these persons actually poured into that. Now, I don't necessarily see the infrastructure anywhere else, but Grand Bahama is prime. You got commercial zones, you got residential zones, and everything has clarity. Talk to me about what's happening from that particular standpoint.
Thank you, Howard. Before we even answer that question, I just want to backtrack a bit because Chuck touched on the residential part of it. Chuck also mentioned, and I'm not a fan of this word, in the pipeline. I like to share with people. Let me show you where you can find it. Don't take my word for it.
Yeah.
I want you to show you. So to all of our listening audiences, I invite you to go to our website. Chuck mentioned over $2.4 billion in the quote-unquote proverbial pipeline. I want our listening audiences to actually go and take a look and see for themselves. Go to investgrandbahama.com in real time. And what is so important is that this is in real time. You're able to click and actually see every investment that is happening in the city of Freeport in real time. So it shows you all of the projects, where they are. Chuck spoke to Carnival, Chuck spoke to Weller, and a few others. You can actually click and see exactly where that project is. So what that means, how it is, these are opportunities that we're not just talking about, but you can actually go and see for yourself where you are and where those opportunities lie. So what we are here to say is now is a time to invest. Now is a time to take a look at Grand Bahama, take a look at the city of Freeport and see where those opportunities lie, because we're not just talking about investments for foreign direct investment opportunities, and we love those, but we are talking to our own Bahamian people, our brothers and sisters right here in Nassau. Come and see what Grand Bahama has to offer you as investment opportunities.
You know what? I'm excited to hear about this, and I'm always excited to hear about the possibility of being able to expand in those areas. Let me tell you why. Beyond the fact that I'm from Grand Bahama, am I right for thinking that this is the proverbial ground zero? We've gone through hurricanes, we've gone through economic hurricanes, we've gone through personal hurricanes. Grand Bahama has been through hell.
Right.
There's no two ways about it, right? Almost 20 years or even more since Hurricane Francis and Jane, even with the economic bubble that burst back in 2008, right? All these things have happened. We've seen hotels open, close, open, close. My God, right? So as a result of all these things, I want to know whether or not it could be viewed now with this kind of a infused energy from the Grand Bahama Port Authority, DevCo, and all those partners and stakeholders who are actually pushing to be able to see Grand Bahama revive. Is this ground zero? And if it is ground zero, is this a good time to get in?
Well, I will tell you that the economic pendulum for Grand Bahama is on the uptick. And you mentioned certain events that have occurred over the last 15, 20 years. So however far away removed from Dorian and the pandemic, we can see, just as Charmaine mentioned, by visiting the website, the investor confidence in Grand Bahama, Freeport specifically, in spite or despite what has occurred. Grand Bahama is the opportunity for investment right now. And we can see it from the billions of dollars that, as Charmaine mentioned and observed, happening in Grand Bahama right now. We want to provide an opportunity for our brothers and sisters here in Nassau to take advantage or avail themselves of the opportunities that exist in investing now in Grand Bahama. As I mentioned, we want to speak specifically to certain key areas where those developable properties are in what we call a turnkey investment position. So if there is interest, which we're sure there will be some interest in this, we're certainly looking for those individuals to come and attend that event on Wednesday evening. And speaking about event, what we're talking about is Freeport. Invest now for future opportunities and the launch, watch these magic words, Howard, the launch of the first.
You got to be from Grand Bahama. When you say magic, you need to stop. You don't bring the magic back. Go ahead, tell me what you can do. Go ahead, I'm not going to
the launch of the first satellite office of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Grand Bahama Development Company, right here in Nassau, happening at 1 West. What time, Charmaine?
We begin at 6 p.m.
Which day?
Wednesday the 20th.
Wednesday the 20th. That's day after tomorrow. And we have sent out invitations. We're looking for individuals to register so that we have an accurate count. But we want you to come here because there would be some remarks made by our executive team. Then there would be 2 vital presentations on Grand Bahama and all we're talking about right now.
So this is going to be the Grand Bahama Port Authority, or this is going to be DevCo? What is the satellite office going to encompass?
The satellite office will be the Grand Bahama Port Authority and the Grand Bahama Development Company.
So hold on. I own a piece of property in Sergeant Major Road right
yes,
now. Right? In Lincoln Green area. We going.
That's Lucaya.
Yes. Nice little piece of property right in the back there. We have to pay y'all for maintenance, so forth and so on.
Service charges.
So the service charges. So for us to be able to do that, we normally have to call somebody and say, go down there to the office and do this, do this. So you said to me I could go pay that here now.
But we have even something more convenient than that. You can pay online.
We can pay online now.
You can pay online now. We have a portal that you can pay with by card, and all you need to do to pay service charges is go to our website www.lusco.org. That's www.lusco.org, and there you can make payments on your service charge. Another website that you need to also look at is www.gbdevco.com. That's www.gbdevco.com. And Charmaine spoke about the Port Authority's website,
Invest. She told me about Invest Grand Bahama. Doc, all words, right? All not
lowercase.
GB. Okay.
Invest
all
Grand
lowercase. InvestGrandBahama.com. You can be able to see everything that's happening real time right now. I'm excited about this.
Yes.
Absolutely. And then, of course, the website for the Grand Bahama Board, gbpa.com, www.gbpa.com.
That's it.
But Howard, just to get back as to the purpose, because you asked that question, why are we here and why now, right? So we see an opportunity, Howard, that we want to share some good news. I will say to you that we already have two prominent Nassau-based businesses that have expanded, established a presence in Grand Bahama. They already saw that opportunity for collaboration, and this is why we are here. We are encouraging our local businesses in Nassau, government agencies, community leaders, and other potential investors to take a look, see what you're missing. Because you are missing something in the beautiful city of Freeport. Howard, you from
like
Grand
this.
Bahama, so you know what our lifestyle is.
As a perfect person to sell this video. I just want to be decent on the video. I don't want to tell everybody, but this is great. I'm excited about this, guys. I can be honest, absolutely honest with you. $2.4 billion already. Shamin says it ain't in the pipeline. The pipe already opened.
There you go.
If the faucet is open, the thing is coming now. You can be able to see everything in real time. Go to investgrandbahama.com. Find that thing. I think these conversations are necessary to be able to build up investor confidence. I think we've been having enough conversations about the prospect of being able to see more taxes, the prospects of what's going to happen with NIB, all these things. People need to identify how we can be able to invest in something for ourselves.
Absolutely.
How can I do something for myself? How can I participate and really get a piece of the rock?
And Howard, here's the best part about it. We are there as a business development officer. We pride ourselves in giving that white glove treatment. And so what that means is from start to finish, that entire process, we are there with you to hold your hand and to ensure that this process is as seamless and as easy as possible to get you started. That is why we are here, right? We want to ensure that our Nassau brothers and sisters understand that it's not as hard or as difficult as you may think. We are here. We're going to be there every step of the way to make sure that you are satisfied with your investment. And that's why we're here.
Okay, so tell me this now. We talked about residential properties. We talked about how low you can be able to get in. We started to talk about commercial properties. There are some bigger time investors who are listening right now who have been waiting eagerly to participate, almost like skipping rope. They're waiting for that rhythm to happen so they could jump in and invest right now. Tell us what's happening from a commercial standpoint for us to do those particular things.
Okay, so we are very much promoting the opportunity for commercial property development in close proximity to those anchor developments happening in Lucaya and around Freeport for that matter. So what we do, and we're hoping through our satellite office to be able to have an body that can actually speak, guide the prospective investor, give them better insight as to how their investment can work in Grand Bahama. Now, that's also obviously customized to what you do and what you intend to do in Grand Bahama Freeport when you relocate or you open up your office as well there in the port area. We have a lot of tourist commercial sites, development sites that are available. And so those are what we want to promote, especially residential, because as you can imagine, as these developments hit their stride, that will lead to viable employment for many. So you may see a migration to Grand Bahama. Then you're not looking at
No,
homes.
you will see. I just get a text.
Yeah.
I just get a text. Let me read the text. It says, Howard, can you actually guess when will the infrastructure be done in Lucaya Estates so that we can be done with Nassau and get back home? It's crazy, right? This is the text that's coming through right now, right? It says, since Dorian has kicked off, we haven't seen much things happen since. So do you have anything laid out in terms of being able to development and get some stuff done?
All right, so you mentioned Lucaya Estates, and it's peculiar that you mentioned that because Lucaya Estates are one of those subdivisions that lies on the northern side of Grand Bahama. It has been not the ideal space for development. The development company's position is that there are no immediate plans to develop that area specifically for where it's located. But the area south of the Grand Bahama Highway, in closer proximity to the Carnival site, which is a 300-acre development, as you're aware of, $600 million going into that site itself. We plan to master plan the areas around it, creating commercial. We always have it planned already for residential. And so those areas in, I want to say 12 months to 24 months, you would see that type of specific development occurring in and around those areas.
I'm excited about that. I want to thank you. And, don't think that I'm just merely saying that I'm excited about it, especially when you have your proverbial navel string space in a space. You want to see it flourish. You want to see it do well because there are fond memories I have of Grand Bahama. The existence that I am right now is because of Grand Bahama and the Grand Bahama Port Authority. With being able to do all these great things, maybe we could be able to do the foundation from Grand Bahama.
Hey, why not?
Go back home. These people cuss me out forever. We'll go back home and do these things, man. It's great stuff to hear, right? Yeah.
So as we, and I don't know how much more time we have, Howard, but I just wanted to reiterate the importance of why we are opening a satellite office here in Nassau. We spoke about all of these wonderful initiatives that we have ongoing that are continuing to expand. And I just want to ensure that our audience understands that our office here will include not only what Chuck addressed as far as having somebody here to address, or if you want to make any sort of payment structure plans, but we will have specific and targeted marketing campaigns. We will be hosting network events. We will also be involved in investment firms and really partnerships with local and international organizations. And so we can't be talking about it if we're not here sitting at the table and leading the conversation. And that is why we want to be in Nassau and have our presence felt and known so that persons know we are coming to you. You don't have to come to Freeport to find out more about what you can potentially invest in and even relocate at some point.
Who is invited to the event on Wednesday night? Can anyone come up? Is it by invitation? Talk to me about it.
So we have sent out invitations, and we're watching the numbers. But if you're interested, obviously, first come, first serve. Register now. I believe the link is on our website. I'm not sure.
Which one? You give me 4 websites. You give me GBPA, you give me GBDEFCO, you give me LUSCO, you give me Invest Grand Bahama. Which one?
So just to clarify, because it is an invitation-only event, and that is very purposeful because we want to be sure that we have the right targeted audience for our initial launch. However, as I mentioned, after we have established a presence, we will have somebody there with access to information to be sharing, as well as all of the other stuff that I had already mentioned, as far as our marketing campaigns, our networking events, forums, all of that kind of stuff. We will have that as we continue to evolve the office. However, I want to reiterate that Wednesday's event is an invitation-only event.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to put on the table while we're out here before we get out of here?
Only the words that we want to resonate with your people. Invest now.
I like
Freeport
this.
is the place.
I like this. Okay. And I want to say this. I thank you for coming on the foundation to have this conversation.
Our pleasure.
We thank you for having us.
I would be more than happy to help you sell Grand Bahama.
Absolutely, Howard.
I just want to tell you I'm really very, very excited about it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Grand Bahama Development Company being able to talk to us in the person of Charmaine Johnson and Charles Pratt. Chuck Pratt is here talking about all the variations and everything that they got available for you. Almost 2 billion, maybe 2 more. There's a 2.4 billion. Go check out Invest Grand Bahama right now. They got all the things available. If you want to know more about it, hit me up, 827-0111. I can be able to give you more information. I'm hoping that you guys will come back with us.
Definitely. We'll be back.
For sure.
All right. Thank you so very kindly. Guys, let's take this quick commercial break and be right back after this.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
This Easter, from March 29th to April 3rd, witness history in the making at the Betty Kelling-Kenning Aquatic Center. Cheer on Team Bahamas as we dive into history, swimming our way towards a 6th straight victory at the Carifta Aquatics. Feel the thrill of competition as 500 athletes from 24 countries from across the Caribbean converge in the Bahamas for the championship title. Immerse yourself in the greatest youth athletic spectacle being held in the Bahamas this year. Watch live as champions are born, records are shattered, and dreams are realized. The Carifta Aquatics isn't just a competition. It's a showcase of the future of swimming right in the heart of Nassau. Mark your calendars. This Easter, March 29th to April 3rd, the Carifta Aquatics at the Betty Kelling-Kenning Aquatic Center. See ticket information and full schedule at cariftaaquatics.com. See you at the poolside.
It's Easter time again, and it's time to stop by Paradise Fisheries, located at number 16 Harley Street, Mount Royal Avenue. We are now accepting those large orders for fish fries on Good Friday. So give us a call today at 325-3301 or stop by our stores between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Fridays and 9 a.m. on Saturdays. Paradise Fisheries, still your one-stop shop for all of those Easter desires.
Why settle for an ordinary burger when you can indulge in the new Farmhouse King at Burger King Nassau? Sink your teeth into 2 juicy flame-grilled beef patties piled high with crisp bacon, American cheese, crispy onions, a fried egg, and a spicy mayo sauce that adds bold flavor to every bite. Enjoy the new Farmhouse King as a combo with fries and a drink, or if you're feeling extra hungry, try the King's Feast, available exclusively at Burger King Nassau.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Marco's is bringing you a pizza experience like never before. Introducing our new Pizzoli, baked with house-made dough, stuffed with 3 fresh cheeses and premium toppings, spiced with irresistible garlic sauce and Romaschon seasoning for only $8.95. Choose from 4 incredible toppings: buffalo chicken, pepperoni, chicken bacon ranch, and pepperoni and sausage. Order now at marcospizzabahamas.com. Every store, every day, because this is not just pizza, it's the Italian way.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation. 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 The foundation. The foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant in your company, the foundation, on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Monday afternoon in the city of Nassau or wherever you are. This is exciting stuff, isn't it? For me, it is. Because, let me tell you why. To see the Grand Bahama Port Authority take on this kind of a prospect, right? For the past 5 times that I've been home, the very first thing I said, man, this don't have to look like this. This don't have to be like this. There are opportunities that could exist to be able to do some stuff in these spaces. And as I look at it, I said, man, they got to get these things going. The last administration really started to talk about the purchase of the airport and the Grand Lucayan Hotel. We're seeing that that's still up in the air as it relates to, hopefully, this administration indicated that hopefully they could be able to get that taken care of this year. All of us are very hopeful about that. But I am really excited to see Grand Bahama Development Company now. I want it to be as decent as possible as we start to have these conversations and not trying to get into the murky waters of what exists between the relationship of the government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority. I think it's our responsibility to be able to hear clearly about their position and what their intent is in terms of being able to move forward. But without being a salesperson, without being able to be one of these persons that can say to you that, yeah, this should be this and that should be that, I think it's a good opportunity. And there's nothing indicated in all their information that they sent me, but I believe that this is ground zero. I believe that this is a resurgence and an opportunity for you to be able to invest and own a piece of what you have. I believe that C. Allen will call me and have this kind of a conversation that says, hey, listen, there are great opportunities that exist here. From an economic standpoint, we believe that Grand Bahama can be able to hold over 100,000 people. And it could happen. It could happen. Within the next generation, we can be able to see a significant shift there. Once we have the once we have the development from investment, technology, so forth and so on. So I just wanted to kind of say that and reiterate that and kind of drive that home for you guys. Go and check them out. Grand Bahama Port Authority, gbpa.com, gbdevco, DEVCO, devco.com. You can also go on investgrandbahama.com. INVEST, grandbahama.com, and find out more information. I'm very excited about that, to find out more about what the guys are doing at the Grand Bahama Port Authority and Grand Bahama Development Company. These guys are, they've been working at it for a very long time. I've been looking at them to see whether or not they have lost some of their steam, but it seems like their enthusiasm has been revived and their desire to be able to come to the forefront is definitely out there. So I want to thank them for being able to be with us. I have a guest that's going to be coming up with me in 2 seconds to talk about a few things that's happening from Grand Bahama. Again, one of my very good friends, brother to none other than Gilbert Morris. He's always being able to be here. These are good, decent West Grand Bahamian people. These are Pinedale boys. And he's here. He's going to be here with us to be able to talk about a few things. I'm grateful to hear that. I'm grateful to see exactly the fact that, there's so many things happening. I'm happy to talk about these things, man. Guys, if you want to be able to call in, we can do that at the 1 o'clock hour. I'd love you to be able to be a part of this with me. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, anywhere from the Family of Islands, 242-300-5720, or you could hit me up, 422-4796. Now, I see some telephone calls on the line. But I'm sure that this was here for the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and they left. So I don't know if you guys want to be able to call back at the 1 o'clock hour so we can be able to take it from there. All right, call back at the 1 o'clock hour for me, and we can be able to take it from there. There's a great deal of things that's happening, guys. I want to talk to you after my guest leaves about what's been going on over the weekend. I know that a lot of you are up in arms about the prospect and idea of our military arm, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, being able to go off sort of commandeered and deployed to Haiti. Now, I know that we're wrapped in our emotions. I know that we're indifferent. I know that there exists a particular position that a great deal of us have taken, but there is also an oath. There's also a commitment, a pledge that the Royal Bahamas Defense Force has taken. These men are soldiers. They don't have no desire, no question, no idea. Whenever they feel as though that they're going to be subordinate, they step away from their rank. These men are bred for this. I had a very good conversation with one of the Royal Bahama Defense Force gentlemen, and just being able to hear, he says, Howard, listen, that's only you. You're a civilian. I said, no, man, I don't think these guys. He said, Howard, you're a civilian. He said, I've served for years. This is what we do. And so I think in a nutshell, that's where we are, and sort of the position that exists in those particular areas. We want to talk a little bit more about it to find out more about where those things are happening and how we can be able to do that, right? Well, like I said to you, my guests are here. They are definitely here and being able to talk about these things, right? I tell you, it's my good, decent family from Grand Bahama. He's now Bishop.
Oh, boy.
Amen.
Everybody's
Where your
right.
chain? Why you put your chain in your top pocket? You're supposed to put your chain in your top pocket. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to none other than Bishop Barry Morris talking to us from Grand Bahama. Say good afternoon to the people out there.
A pleasant good afternoon. I trust that everyone listening to this program is doing exceptionally well. It's good to be here with my 8 Mile Rock Pinedale. Honey Hill. Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah.
family.
Yes, sir.
Our connection from Turks and Caicos.
There you go.
Why don't you kick us off?
Well,
baby.
You know, I'm Turks and Caicos as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I had to
Yes, Harris.
tell him where he's from this morning.
The bishop was giving me a little, a geographical pin.
Tell him where his family
my family's from.
You got to let him know. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Minister K that you're hearing. You know his voice. You know who he is. I want to thank you for joining us today. Now, you've been here. You get ordained.
Yes, sir.
You was ordained on Friday, and you stayed here for the entire weekend.
Yes, sir.
We want to thank you for that, my brother.
Oh man, this is good. This is this is the Bahamas, man. You know,
you're home.
Like the man said, Nassau, the capital. Bahamas, you know. I
Another cousin.
Another cousin, yes.
Another cousin.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
But I was asking Bishop Simeon Houghton, who's my very dear friend.
This is brother.
I know this is brother. And I was trying to get the Turks Island connection between all of us because my mother, pardon me, was Simmons. Father was Harris. And then we related to some Campbells and all the Halls.
So you family Pony too?
Yeah.
Pony from Pinedale.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Pony Campbell and there's Chuck and all them.
And I got to figure out all these connections because I'm telling you.
The Campbells are from Q, which is in North Caicos. The Outons are from, which is Middle Caicos.
Okay.
Yeah, and so
they're from Provo.
Grand say from, well, actually, you're from Provo, you're from Grand Tuck.
Grand Tuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my grand's in Blue Hill.
There you go.
Okay.
In Blue Hill in Provo.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
My granddaddy, Anyway, before we go on all these things, tell me what we're talking about today.
All right,
now
Bishop, go ahead.
You're here with the band, the brass band. Talk to me about it.
Well, the Bahama Brass Band, of whom I serve as the director for the Grand Bahama segment, the Bahama Brass Band's here in the Bahamas. We have a segment in Andros. We have a segment here in New Providence. We have a segment in Grand Bahama. And we all come together from time to time to have great celebrations. This one is our 99th year. We're marching on to 100 years. The band started in 1925 here in New Providence. And it started in 1955.
99 years.
In Grand Bahama, yeah, man.
Wow.
And so we're kicking off the 100 celebrations with a grand double-edged concert because we, on Saturday, the 30th of March this month, we're going to be in concert in Grand Bahama. And then we'll be moving that train into New Providence, where all of us will come together. Because we do have guys coming from Nassau to Freeport, and then all of us from Freeport will be coming to Nassau to host this concert at the FM, the Diplomat Center. Now, there's some wonderful components to this, and the wonderful components are that we were going to have Jamaican police are going to be our special guests.
Yeah. Jamaican Police Force Band?
They're going to be our special guests.
My God.
So it's going to be the Jamaican Police Force Band in Grand Bahama.
Now, I've seen them doing some singing.
Yeah, they do all. They do
bad.
They do the singing, they do the playing, they do the
and I know it. I say, is this the Bahamas or this Jamaica? Then somebody slap on the wall. I say, okay, I think this is Jamaica. Right?
Yeah. So and someone asked me, is there going to be somewhat of a competition? Like I said,
that's the first thing that I thought.
Yeah, I said, I said, that's a silent feature.
Right.
That's a silent feature we're going to do.
God, you know it now.
Oh, you know it.
You know it right now.
And so here comes the director from the Jamaican Police Force Band. He sends me a voice note. He said, I hope you're ready, I hope you're ready.
Excuse me. Oh, that's the voice note.
It's the voice note.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope you're ready. I said, we're coming with everything,
Everything. That means that they are practicing also.
So I tell him, I said, I had ackee and codfish before. I'd be soup and dough.
My God.
I say, so you bring your ackee and your codfish, I said, we can put the pea soup and dough on you. I hope you can handle that.
Pea soup and dough a little heavier.
Yeah.
A little heavier. It
Yeah.
can sustain you. I'm excited about this. Now, you started to say Grand Bahama on Saturday, March 30th, 2024. You're going to be doing something in Grand Bahama. Then you're going to lead that over here to Nassau at BFM. Which days? Which days you're going to be here at Nassau?
BFM is going to be on Sunday afternoon at 5.
Man, the people can be tired.
No, they can be tired. Who can be tired?
Everybody can be tired.
Who's everybody?
How they supposed to be when you got them playing on Saturday night?
Oh, man,
and then they're traveling, they jet lag.
They need.
Then they got to come on.
They need to eat pea soup and dough.
Pea soup and dough.
Yeah, we coming for business.
Good point.
We built for this, you know. And so when we gather here, I mean, it's going to be a phenomenal evening. That you don't want to miss. You want to bring your family out, and the band. What I'm doing under my leadership is we're based on men and the men of our country. The beautiful thing about the Bahama Brass Band is that in its almost 100 years of existence, we have not had one person who has been sentenced to prison. Not one man from the Bahama Brass, who was a member of the Bahama Brass Band, serving, was ever sentenced to prison.
But you say it as though you have criminals and they know they should have gone, but praise God, because you're here, you get grace.
I don't know what they all did in their thing, but we have it on record that none of us ever get sentenced to jail.
You never get sentenced to jail.
You never get sentenced to jail.
You ain't stand before the court either.
Yeah, so I don't know nobody stand before no court. I never been to no court.
So join the brass band,
and you'll prevent you from going to court.
My God.
Yeah, that's
Play the bit for something.
Yeah, and so the thing it is, as we approach 100 though, I want to change that. And let me tell you why I want to change that.
Send somebody to jail?
No.
Oh, you're talking about something different. Okay, go ahead.
Those who have probably been to jail.
Come here.
Yeah, come this way.
Get revived.
Yeah, we want to help you to reform. We want to help you to
I like this.
reintegrate yourself in society. And you can do it through this music. Because in the band, learn some things. You're going to learn the discipline. You're going to learn how to interact with one another. We had a good conversation out front a little while ago. You know, when you are oppressed by law, you always try to cheat your way out of breaking it. Because you feel it is oppression. You're not free. You're being bound. But when you understand that you are in a community of people, and we have to have mutual respect and regard other. A law is no longer important. Because if I have a consciousness toward you, you have a consciousness toward me. Just as the scripture says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Then that provides us with a moral consciousness and a degree of respect, honor, deference for one another, that I don't have to commit a crime. Because I wouldn't want to offend you because I don't want to be offended. Okay, and so we're going to teach all of the anger issues, whatever it is, because I had my whole set of anger issues when I was a youngster.
But you still ain't been to jail.
Yeah, I ain't been to jail.
Praise
I ain't climbed through nobody's window. I ain't raped nobody's children. I ain't hold up nobody with no gun. I ain't deal drugs. I ain't do none of that. And that's because the elders who are in the band, because the band is made up of the dynamic of very senior, middle-aged, young. And so you could find a 17-year-old, but you could find a 73-year-old playing likewise. And so in that context, you just can't shoot off at the mouth. You just can't say anything. You learn control
but that's where we come from, though.
Yeah,
we understand our elders, and we've always had a very clear understanding. And when my father started to play for the Cooling Waters, he told me the story about it. He said, Grammy came to him, right? My grandmother, this cat. She came to him. She said, "You can play the drum, eh? You go in down there and you can play the drum, eh?" And she bought him a little set. He said, "That's what he did."
Yes.
And so we have this kind of a reverence, and I think when you start to talk about organize, opportunities for being able to see seniority in place and understanding your place in society, I think this is a very good initiative that you've taken.
Yes, because, we've had a downturn in the family over the years. And single parenting is what it is. And we have children having children, and they haven't developed children. I have a situation where I'm dealing with now where the grandmother had her daughter at 15. The daughter had her daughter at 15. The daughter just had another daughter at 15. So everyone's just 15 years apart.
Generational.
Yeah. And so here we have a difficulty, and in all of the cases, the father's absent. And of course, there's a dynamic going on there. It's not because that men are inherently bad, but sometimes the situations that evolve between the man and this person who, the woman who he had the child with, sometimes become so toxic. And for any number of reasons. Maybe she feels insecure. She's afraid that, he's going to walk away anyway. So she tries to protect herself. But the main things that she's using to protect herself is the very mechanism that's driving him away. And so you have all of these dynamics that are going on. But in the meantime, while all these things are going on, that child is suffering. Mm-hmm. That child is suffering. And so you have a downturn in that culture where we were brought up. You respect your elders, you honor them, and sometimes even if they're wrong, you don't challenge them. You just understand that your elder has spoken. Mm-hmm. I had my Uncle Reuben. I watched in their family dynamic. Once he spoke, I mean, my mother was a woman, I don't know anything, but when he spoke, all of them, they just fell in line. They couldn't back talk him.
He was Baba?
He was Baba.
Okay, talk
and they couldn't.
So if you don't
Baba. Yeah, you
Baba's the oldest child.
Yeah.
My daddy's called me Baba.
Right. Yeah.
That's the oldest child.
Okay. Yeah. The oldest male child.
The oldest male child.
Your daddy called you Baba?
It's Baba.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's the oldest male child.
Gotcha.
This Turks Island.
Yeah, I know. And don't forget a little bit of Auckland's and Crooked Island and all of them. They all adopt words like titter and sister.
Yeah, exactly.
And all these things, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I like this.
Yeah. And so
all that stuff is cultural.
So we want to reintroduce that family networking kind of thing.
Absolutely.
And so young men who have been, perpetrating I don't care what kind of violence they do, we are going to grip a hold of them. As a matter of fact, our theme, what we're launching our program, is peace in the home, peace in the streets. Because it starts in the home. Mm-hmm. A lot of people want the church to work a miracle. They want the government to work a miracle. It ain't gonna happen like that. Mm-hmm. It has to start in the home. Parents have to be engaged and know how to teach their children, certain things. And so when we lack, I'll tell you another situation right quickly. I had a situation where they were going to relocate to another country. And the way they were going to do it was the wife was going to leave first. She was going to get a divorce. And when she got a divorce, she was going to marry someone of that nation. And then they would get a divorce. And then she would send for him to come, and they'll be in a whole happy married couple with children in another country having status. What she did not know was the husband was trying to get rid of her. And so when she went and got her divorce, and got married and divorced the man and say, now good, we ready to go. He says, I hope you have a good time.
My goodness.
Listen, the Bahamas. This is not a movie. This is not a movie.
That's why I don't want to be no pastor, everybody business. This is too much.
Yeah.
This is too much for Bahamian people to do this.
Yeah.
Listen, I want you to stay with me. I got to take this quick commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get to news. It's 1:00. We got to get here. We're going to have Bishop Morris going to be here with us to talk about what's going on at the Bahama Brass Band, and Minister K is going to be with us. Quick commercial break. Be right.
Foundation. The foundation. 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 The foundation. The foundation.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Collecting a new RBC Visa debit chip card just got easier with Saturday opening hours. Visit our Cable Beach, Carmichael Road, Palmdale, and Prince Charles branches March 16th and March 23rd between 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. with one form of valid government-issued ID. Start enjoying greater security and contactless features with your new RBC Visa debit chip card now. RBC.
We need to talk. And it's about something pretty important, your NIB contributions. For nearly 50 years, NIB contributions from hardworking Bahamians have supported families and individuals alike. But Bahamian families have changed. Families are having fewer children. This means less workers are entering the workforce and making contributions. And with Bahamian retirees living longer, pension payments have also increased. As a result, payouts have gone up, continuously exceeding contributions coming in, resulting in a deficit. That's why, starting on July 1st, 2024, both employers and employees will have to pay a little extra to sustain this national lifeline. The July 1st rate increase is our way of ensuring that NIB benefits are available for generations to come. We all have a role to play, and it starts with investing in tomorrow today with NIB.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant in your company, The Foundation. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Feels like a Thursday. You're wilding out. It feels like a Thursday. It feels like a Thursday.
Already?
We're talking about businesses. We're talking about what's happening in the community.
Gotcha.
It seems as though we're talking more specifically what's happening in Grand Bahama. At the top of the hour, we had great conversations with the Grand Bahama Development Company, Grand Bahama Port Authority. They're going to be doing a great deal of things here in Nassau. They asked me to come on. We're going to do that. And now we're talking with the Bahama Brass Band and my very good cousin, Bishop Barry Morris, all the way from Grand Bahama, and none other than Minister K being able to talk to us about what's happening here. Now, you started to tell at the top of the hour, I couldn't let you go. I needed to hear these stories about how you correlate what you're doing in the brass band and the exposure that these kids are getting in the brass band into how they matriculate and become responsible, society contributing, positively adults. I want to know about that. I want to know whether or not this is just a happenstance after you've looked over it for the past 99 years, or was this methodical in your thought? This is what our intent is moving forward.
Well, the intent of the band certainly was to mentor men, young men, and so we take you from my son, for example, is 10 years old, and right now I'm teaching him. He plays the drums in the band, the snare drum, and so I'm teaching him how to play the trumpet, and he has the same grace that I've been given. He has that interest likewise. And so you'll see him picking up the saxophone. In my house, I have all the instruments there laid all over the floor. There's a keyboard, there's a drum set, there's guitars, there's, all types of instruments. And you'll see him picking up everyone, and he's on his own, trying to develop and try to play it. He's sounding them and trying to work through them because he is excited about it.
This is fascinating that you're saying this to me.
Yeah.
Do you know that's how Bernard learned how to play the bass?
Yeah, well, actually, let me tell you about Bernard and the bass.
Bernard is my youngest brother.
Yeah, really? Yeah, Bernard.
He played for him for years in his church.
Yes, and so I mentored him on the bass guitar. He came. Your mother came to me, and this is what she said. The church got a prophecy. You got to teach all the children how to play something.
Yes.
Said, "This is my little boy. This is my baby. Teach him how to play something." He said he liked the bass guitar. Teach him how to play the bass.
And he is excellent.
Yeah, yes. I took him in. And
he started to tinker with the thing himself.
Yeah, and
all of us play drum. Daddy plays drum. All of us play drum, right? Stefan started to tinker with the keyboard. My middle brother right after me, and Bernard played with the bass.
Stefan plays a good guitar, man,
and he plays a very good guitar.
Very good.
Oh, really? He taught himself.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a Turks Island thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Natural talent.
But you grant some musical people.
We are.
Yeah, you musical
and
people.
I sing. Huh? No, I sing.
Yes, but certainly we try to mold the young men and bring them up in a particular way. And of course, we have different facets. We have the junior band with the youngsters. Then we have the youth band with, until you're about 21, 22. And then we take you into the Bahama Brass Band. Now, in the junior and youth bands, we allow for the females to get in there. But with the Bahama Brass Band, as it is, it's a male band, all male band. And what happens is your development, your pruning, the discipline that you get in there. Let me tell you how this band produced some people. This band, we've had members of parliament that were in this band. We have doctors, we got lawyers, we got magistrates, CEOs. We've got BTC. In particular, but now ambassador. Yeah, and still playing. Just played yesterday. I saw it on the parade.
He's taking 1,000 pictures and sending it.
Yeah, of course. But that just speaks to the volume of discipline, training, and development that has taken place over the years in the Bahama Brass Band. And so, and some people surprise me, and on both sides of the divide, whether you be red, whether you be gold, we got them all. So the band is a melting pot.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So we got them from either side, and it's a community of men, and we've been able to accomplish so much in these past almost 100 years in developing people. I mean, and so many of our pastors came out of the Bahama Brass Band, of whom I am one.
Yes.
So many bishops came out of the Bahama Brass Band, of whom now I am one.
But if you didn't get locked up, you got to go do something. You got to go to the top. Put your collar on now. Yes. Praise God.
Yeah, man. And so we, the band has, and it's a beautiful institution. Let me tell you this, when I say this beautiful institution, this coming from my soul. The band is a...
How long you been involved with this now?
I've been in the Bahama Brass Band since the age of 17. I'm 52 now. You calculate the years. I've served in every capacity of the band. I was a secretary. I was a public relations person. I was the fundraising person. I was the business manager. I was assistant director. And now I am the director. I've served in every capacity. And that's another thing that you learn. Wow. You learn how to take on those responsibilities and teach you how to take notes in meetings, that was proper to be said when you're doing your reports.
So that's why people could matriculate up to the position of being a bishop or being a pastor or being a member of parliament or a CEO, because the foundation is correct within the Bahamas Brass Band.
Correct.
I like this.
You're absolutely correct. And so,
do you still have those? Do you have those same elements here in Nassau? Now, I know what exists in Grand Bahama. I know what in 8 Maroc. I know what in these particular spaces because I've been exposed to it. I've seen it over the years. I know your participation. I know all these particular things. But tell me whether or not that same enthusiasm, that same sort of that energy that exists in those spaces are here in Nassau.
There's a hymn that says the church is one foundation.
My God.
The Bahama Brass Band is one foundation. And so that same...
He's being church now.
That's it. That same thing...
It's in you, brother.
That same thing exists between the entities. It is, and we also talk about humble beginnings earlier today. And when you talk about humble beginnings, these are grassroots men who actually started this over the hill in East Street. Peter Street, Taylor Street, that kind of thing. That's where the band got its genesis.
Wow.
And so these were men who thought it best. The church was coming around and they wanted to develop a music ministry for the church. So why can't the church have a band? And they began.
It's amazing. Yeah. Hey, we used to see in 8 Maroc burial societies.
Yes.
You remember this? Burial societies.
Absolutely.
Now, when I was coming up in the 80s and walking home from school, Martin Town Primary School, so forth and so on, I would see these burial societies right there in Martin Town and other spaces. But over the years, they dilapidated. You didn't see participation. You'd hear Grammy them go into lodge, but they still didn't have that kind of enthusiasm. The Bahama Brass Band and these particular community activists were always at the forefront. You never lost a step. You've never lost any time. There wasn't a lull. There was always participation. That's a wonderful thing.
Thank you.
That is a wonderful thing. I got to commend you for that, because the one thing that I think us as men look for is consistency. That's what we need. We need consistency. We need to know that there's sustainability, there's consistency, that when we come back tomorrow, this is something that we can do. There's always something that we can do to participate. And I believe that that's what's in the Bahama Brass Band.
And, to keep a group of men together for such a long period, because, when you see...
we got short attention span.
Yeah, look at some of our gospel singing groups. I'm calling no names, but, you have the singing groups with all men. And soon, later, it begins to fall apart.
Yes.
All the egos get in the
Yes.
way. And, you can't tell me what to do. I better than you and all that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
you ain't call her name.
I ain't calling her name.
Our cousin the minister, praise God.
And so what happens, to last for 100 years, and then we have a dynamic. In here, we have the police band. We have the Defense Force band. We have the prison band. All these bands that are in operation. These bands are facilitated by the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, with their finances, their travels, all of this kind of thing. It comes out of the public purse. But here it is, you have the Bahama Brass Band. That's a generational band. We have several names when you think of the Cunninghams in the band, right? That's 4 generations. When you think of the Fergusons, we have the first band director in New Providence, Brother Hermes Ferguson, right? His son, the late Bishop Errol Ferguson, was a trumpeter in the band. Bishop Errol had 4 sons. One moved to the United States, but all of the others who live here are members of the Bahama Brass Band. His great-grandson is the director of the junior band today, an excellent trumpeter in the band. So you have generations. Then you have the Cunninghams, where you have Brother Frank Cunningham, who had other 2 sons. You had Jephthah and Enoch Cunningham, who were probably the best drummers we have ever had in the Bahama Brass Band. And then you have their children. And then you have his offsprings, the Bowes.
So when they're born and they christen,
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
So you got Frankie.
This one, look at the splinters. He look like he could be a trumpeter. From the baby small.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
they can participate in these things.
And so we have,
My God.
we have it going down in Grand Bahama. We got the Halls. Deacon Hall, Reuben Hall was the first trumpeter in 1955. And then they begin to grow and swell, and when they grew down, Bishop Hall, Deacon Hall had his sons. He had a whole 8 sons. Everyone played in the band. When the band be performing,
he had no choice.
He drove a big Lincoln Town car. You see that Lincoln car, the mouth of that thing, but 6 feet in the air.
Yeah. Everybody in the back.
Man. He had some big fellas. You were slim. You're slim compared to some of the size of his sons.
Oh man, and I slim.
Yeah.
My God.
So in that car come, and then now his grandchildren are playing in the band. And I'm his nephew, who is an offspring from him, and so he has nephews playing in the band. You got your Uncle Willis.
Yes, Uncle Willis.
Uncle Willis was a senior, profoundly talented bass players in the band, and then you had Lloyd, you have Charles, all played in the band. Now Lloyd,
that's my cousin now.
Yeah, Lloyd's son, Demar, is playing well. Who sings with the Cooling Waters?
Chubby.
Excellent trumpeter.
His name is Lloyd.
Yeah, I know Chubby.
But you know him as Chubby.
Yeah, he's gonna be here for the concert.
Yeah.
You'll definitely see him.
Okay.
Chubby is a grunt.
Yeah.
It's a grunt.
Yeah.
All of them is one Pinedale people.
Pinedale people.
All this is one.
Okay, I got you.
And so it's going, and so we continue the tradition.
My goodness.
Yeah, one of our bondmen says, as long as a bondman has a son, the Bahama Brass Band has a future.
My goodness. Yeah, this is like an institution, man.
Exactly.
I want you to tell the Bahamas now. Because you traveled a long way to be able to tell us about these things. We're very excited about what's going to be happening in Grand Bahama on Saturday, March 30th, 2024, and then at BFM on the 31st.
Right.
We pray God that we can bring you on some Red Bull and everything to that, so we can be able to. Because when the Jamaicans come, they only come for this one thing.
Yes.
So you got to be able to come and do these particular things. Tell people how they could participate in the Bahama Brass Band. You gave such a rich analogy and a rich story about how things are happening and how people participate and how ain't none of you cheering in the jail. My God. People want to know now, how can I get these idle hands? How can I get my son involved and get him to be a part of these particular things?
What you can do, you can contact the Church of God of Prophecies headquarters here in Nassau. They would be able to tell you, we have the junior band where Brother Revon Simmons, That's your family.
Oh, really?
Rivon Simmons
Gotcha.
Is the band director.
Okay.
And he deals with children from 5 to about 14 years old.
Wow.
As a matter of fact,
Y'all take them that young?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday.
I got one little 5-year-old right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you want to take off? You want to wean down some of that energy?
Oh my God, the boy! You get.
Yeah. So
this boy wouldn't keep still.
Yeah. So
he had 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so if you want to tune down some of that energy, let him come. You know, they teach him how to play some cymbals, teach him how to beat with drum. By the time he get home, fall right asleep, tired.
But it sound good.
Yeah, man.
that sounds good.
I was somewhere and I took a picture of my children after a music class. I took a picture and I sent it. I says, "This is how I deal with children. When I finish with them, they tired, they finish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can do is by the time they reach home, bed.
They don't even want to eat.
No, too tired.
I can't chew, mommy. I can't chew.
And so if you call our national headquarters, they'll be able to put you in contact with all of the band directors. We have Charlie Hanna, who's the director of our youth band here in Nassau. He'll be able to take you on. And then we have and it's good, wives, get your husbands involved, man. Get your husband play one saxophone, one trumpet, on your anniversaries. We teach them how to play.
Play some Kenny G.
Yeah, come serenade you, to be a part. In Grand Bahama, we're doing a drive right now. Of course, Derek Stubbs is in charge of the youth band in Grand Bahama.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't know Derek was in charge of the band.
Yeah, and so he's in charge of the youth band in Grand Bahama, so you can contact him. And, of course, me, my number, I always say I'm everyone's pastor, so 727-9400
right.
is my number. You can call that anytime, and we could arrange for you, your adult son, your wonderful husband, give him a treat, tell him for his wedding anniversary, you can pay for him to come to some music classes.
Yes.
And learn how to play an instrument.
Absolutely.
And I could do it for you in 6 months.
Wow.
At 6 months, I have you playing.
Wow.
Yeah, I could have you playing. I have in my local church, I developed a program. I took in 7 youngsters. I want to use them as my litmus test. And so
It sounds like a sweatshop, but go ahead.
Basically, this boot camp, you've never seen it.
Right.
And so I wanted to see if the idea was in my head could work. And you
executed.
Yeah, we started out in that July, and at our Christmas concert, man, they were playing. I wrote the music out, and they were playing. They
can read music too?
They could read. I'm going to teach you how to read and play. And you ain't
now, you don't know this.
And you ain't putting no numbers under no notes to try to remember it.
Watch me.
Go ahead.
You don't know this, but my son, which is Howard grandson, got a scholarship to play in the band at Shaw University in North Carolina.
There you go.
And he ain't joined the Church of God of Prophecy band yet.
You have the Church of God of Prophecy influence in you.
The thing in my blood.
Your grandma was the Church of God of Prophecy. Your grandpa was Church of God of Prophecy.
I can't fight it.
Your grand aunts and your grand uncles are Church of God of Prophecy. Your daddy get a little mixed up, but we praying for him. Okay.
You see him in the Anglican church.
Listen, every time we get into rehearsal, if he makes a mistake, I say, you see, if you was with the Church of God of Prophecy, you wasn't going to make that mistake.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all so much, man. Listen, I want to thank you so very kindly for being able to do anything else you want to put on the table because we got to go on here.
Listen, no problem. I'm just looking forward to seeing all of New Providence to converge. And we got any Jamaicans in Nassau.
Oh, yeah.
They're listening right now.
Yeah, so listen, if you're Jamaican, bring your Jamaican flag and come see your homeboys. Okay? They come in, they're excited. They want to see. As a matter of fact, that's what the director said. He wanted to see his people when he comes to the concert. I tell him mine can be there.
Yeah.
The Bahamas can be there.
Absolutely.
But we're looking for that Jamaican diaspora that's alive in both Grand Bahama and in New Providence to be a part of this most exciting moment where the Bahamas and Jamaica comes together to celebrate in this Easter extravaganza themed Hallelujah, What a Savior.
And how about, let me just let folks know the tickets are $20 for general, $40 VIP. You can get your general tickets right now at the Oasis Book and Cafe at the Diplomat Center, Logos Bookstore in the Harbor Bay Shopping Plaza, and you can get them at all seasons and that is located right there in the Palmdale Shopping Plaza, not far from Starbucks. So those are the 3 locations, all seasons, all occasions. That's the name of the store. Logos Bookstore, Harbor Bay Shopping Plaza, and the Oasis Book and Gift Center, Diplomat Center. $20 general, $40 VIP. Get your tickets early next week Sunday. Woo-hoo! You can imagine that. Easter Sunday is next week Sunday.
Because you hear things like March 31st and you forget we are already on the 18th.
We're on the 18th. It's next Sunday at the Diplomat Center. 5 o'clock showtime. Doors open at 4 p.m. We want you to be there. Bring your churches. Bring Grammy. Bring Poppy. Bring young people. Bring family. You have never had.
No, this could be a jam, though.
I've never. And
I ain't like, y'all gonna be shaking BFM.
Yeah, I've been involved in concert promotions for about 30 years, and we've never done a concert where there was a brass band
and everybody
a
in
solid performance, but just the brass band, and you've got the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Band. You've got the Police Force Band from Jamaica, combined with the Bahamas Brass Band. Unbelievable. See you next week.
Y'all did something before we go. Y'all did something a few years back. I can't remember if you was in the States somewhere, and everybody was dancing. Where was this? This was in Atlanta or something? Where was this?
This is in New York in Times Square.
New York. Yes.
Yeah.
I did see it. I saw it, and I said, "Oh my God, y'all got everybody jamming."
Yeah.
My God, ladies and gentlemen, there won't be, there will be nothing but sitting room, but there mightn't be no space to get inside. Get your tickets now. $20 for the general, $40 for the VIP tickets. You can be able to call them if you want your kids to be able to join this. Be a part of what they got going on at the Bahama Brass Band. They are 99 years. They're going to be marching into the 100th year. Please be a part of this. It's going to be on Sunday, March 31st at BFM. Everything's going to be available for you, accessible. Check out the Church of God of Prophecy. All the information's in there, and you can be able to get your stuff. You said at Logos at all seasons.
All seasons, all occasions, Logos Bookstore, and of course the Oasis Bookstore at
Give me a
BFM.
number, because these people like number. Give
Not
me
a
a
problem.
number.
You can call my number 826-52.
8052.
826-8052. Give me a call, and I'll be more than happy to get you some tickets. And our email is oraclemediaconsultants@gmail.com.
Bishop, I want to thank you so kindly for being able to be with us.
Thank you.
Get used to this thing. He's Bishop now. Praise God. Next time I see you, bring a chain in your top pocket, eh?
Okay.
Make sure you get it going on, right?
Howard, can I just say a
you.
big congratulations we leave to my second son, Jonathan, who just made the Carifta team. He was just named this
that's
morning.
big things.
Yeah, he's going to Grenada. He's 17, a student at Queens College. A year ago, he put it on his phone, Carifta 2024. He worked for 12 months.
And he got it.
And he got it, and he's going to be a part of the relay pool. Congratulations to Jonathan.
Excellent.
And all of the young people that qualified for the team, we wish them well.
Congratulations, Jonathan. Ladies and gentlemen, quick commercial break. Be right back after this.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation. The foundation. The foundation. The foundation.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Foundation.
Friday, April 5th. Get ready for another exciting Fish Fry Friday. At Margaritaville, downtown Nassau, featuring the Big Band Visage and DJ Beats with the latest in soca, Bahamian, and old school jazz.
Everybody take a time. Come to party, I like y'all. Don't want no man.
$25 general admission, $55 buffet and party. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Party until 11:30 p.m. That's April 5th, Fish Fry Friday. The stage has been moved, so you've got more dancing space. Fish Fry Friday, April 5th at Margaritaville, downtown Nassau. Parking at the point for only $10. See you at Fish Fry Friday, April 5th with the Big Band Visage.
Easter is right around the corner, and the Nassau Guardian is partnering with the Easter Bunny to give something special to you. Would you like to give your child an Easter basket filled to the brim with chocolate bunnies, surprise eggs, gift certificates, and more? Then you should enter your child into the Nassau Guardian's Easter Coloring Contest. There are 3 different categories: 5 to 6, 7 to 9, and 10 to 13. Deadline for entry is Friday, March 27th at 4 p.m. Purchase your copy of the Nassau Guardian to get your Easter coloring contest sign-up form and let your children color away and win one of 3 baskets filled to the brim with Easter goodies from the Nassau Guardian. The Nassau Guardian's Easter Coloring Contest. For more information, call 302-2370.
Well done, Easter Bunnies. Good job. Why settle for an ordinary burger when you can indulge in the new Farmhouse King at Burger King Nassau? Sink your teeth into 2 juicy flame-grilled beef patties piled high with crisp bacon, American cheese, crispy onions, a fried egg, and a spicy mayo sauce that adds bold flavor to every bite. Enjoy the new Farmhouse King as a combo with fries and a drink, or if you're feeling extra hungry, try the King's Feast, available exclusively at Burger King Nassau.
Ready to score big? Alive is bringing you March Madness! From incredible deals on Ring devices to amazing deals on iPhones, Nokia, TCL, and more. Alive has everything you need to stay connected and save big. And that's not all. Enjoy free data, prepaid plan bundles, exclusive event tickets, and more. Deals end March 31st. Visit BeAlive.com or follow us on our social media at We Are Alive to stay in the know. Score big with Alive this March season. Don't miss out.
Do you have uncontrollable debt? Are you ready to make that move to Fidelity for a stress-free future? These loans have a built-in savings plan that pays you unbeatable interest. Ask about our debt consolidation loans today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Three-Way Productions presents Showtime at Nassau Cruiseport. Experience live performances every weekend. The elegance of classical music, the infectious energy of Latin nights, the smooth sounds of jazz night, and a delightful evening of Bahamian music. March 15th and 16th and March 22nd and 23rd. Visit www.nassaucruiseport.com/events to learn more. Nassau Cruiseport, the place to be.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. You can buy your local paper at Freeport Convenience Stores, Western Bakery, DeGregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Now is the time to reach your Grand Bahama market with affordable packages, including print and digital. Call GB News Sales Representative Kavandre at 822-6717 or message him on WhatsApp for ad rates. Classified ads are now available every Tuesday as well. Keep up with everything Grand Bahamian every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation. 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 The foundation. The foundation. The foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant in your company, the foundation, on this absolutely gorgeous Monday afternoon. I feel mad nostalgic in here. I'm excited to be able to kind of talk about these things. I did not know this is going to be the rhythm of the day, but I am grateful to talk to good family, good friends, all those persons coming in from Grand Bahama. It feels to me, is it just me? It feels to me that Grand Bahama's on the move, that some things are happening there, and they feel inclined to let everyone know through the length and breadth of the country that this is what we're doing in Grand Bahama. I want to thank you guys so much for being able to participate. At the top of the hour, like I said to you, we had great conversations with the Grand Bahama Port Authority and Development Company to talk about some of the things that's going to be happening in Grand Bahama. On Wednesday of this week, they invited me to come to the thing. On Wednesday of this week, they're going to be doing a great deal of things as it relates to, so they have this kind of a closed open house They have this closed things. They by invitation, all those persons can be able to come in to be able to cast a vision, a concept, an idea for the potential that exists for the Grand Bahama Port Authority to be here in Nassau and for what is going to come for Grand Bahama. It's exciting, guys. It's truly exciting, right? So they invited me to that. My wife could go. Praise God. Me and my wife will go out to that and have a good time to that. And Bishop Barry just asked me to be able to MC. Let me tell you something. Church of God and Prophecy, y'all need to stop, okay? Y'all need to stop it in Jesus' name, right? But I'd be more than happy to do that MC for the event for what's going to be happening on Sunday of next week over at BFM. We want you guys to be able to be a part of that. I think it's exciting, all right? It don't matter if you come in a wheelchair, if you got your cane, if you come leaping and tipping in, however you can do that. Once that rhythm hits you, once that hits you, you can't sit down. You know. It don't matter how much you cry when you're walking in the road with your good, decent cousin who you love so bad that just passed away. And the band leading, you dancing towards the graveyard. Yeah, because there's a rhythm that we all understand that actually speaks to us. And you can be able to participate in that. So come out to the event. It's going to be $20. It's going to be some of the best money you've ever spent. I'm sure that you're going to, and I feel like we need that sort of an energy. I think it's important. I think a lot of us have been gone through the rhythm of one killing after another, one issue after another. Come get yourself renewed, revived, restored. Be a part of this. It's going to be Hallelujah. I have the flyer somewhere. Hallelujah night. They got everything in. They're going to be marching into their 100th anniversary, 100th year. That's crazy. 100 years. That's bananas. Let me tell you something. I watch companies open, close. I'll tell you, for instance, my grandfather, every summer, this is what he used to do. Every summer, we would go paint the lodge house in Bardot Hill, right? Every summer. My grandfather, he was an avid lodge man, right? He was with the Elks, right? And we went there and we cleaned it down because, the grass would rise up. I would cut the grass. We would go paint inside. We paint downstairs. He never let me go upstairs. I always try to peek at my head in there, right? We clean it down, paint the building, so forth and so on. And now if you go there, the whole building is dilapidated. There was a burial society that was in 8 Mile Rock, right in the corner right there in Martintown, right? Just a small little space, right? These are concepts and ideas that existed for people to kind of, a crowdfunding concept to help you bury your loved one when he or she passed away. Those things are long gone, dilapidated. They do not exist anymore. Not from what I know in 8 Mile Rock. They do not exist anymore. And I say that to say that 100 years is no small feat. The only thing that we see has a sense of consistency like that is churches. And to know that there are men year in and year out that are joining these organizations, I think you want to be able to be a part of it. Give him a call. Give Bishop Barry Morris. Give him a call. His number is 727-9400, 727-9400. He can be able to assist you. If you got a son who's out there and you want to be able to get his hands, man, these idle hands, you want to be able to do that. You want them to occupy their time and occupy their space to be able to do things. Now, I'm waiting on David Williams to give me a call. Dave, if you're listening in, please give me a call. I know you're supposed to call me after 1. Please give me a call. I know we were supposed to talk about a few things. He sent me some flyers and some information to talk about some stuff. I know that he was here a little earlier, but if you're here, if you're out there, my brother, please give me a call so we can talk about the events that you got going on. It's the Empower Men Conference, right? It is Gang Reduction Intervention Prevention. It's going to be on Monday, March 18th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. at the Chapel on the Hill. This is a youth center right off Tony Dolan Highway. And they're going to be talking about how iron sharpen iron. And you can find out more information by being able to call Apostle Henry Higgins at 803-4423, 803-4423. They're going to be doing board games, dominoes, backgammon, checkers, chess, Connect Four. All these things are going to be happening this evening. And they're going to be talking on the topic, what hurts men? What hurts men? This is Elder David Williams to be able to talk about a few things. David, if you're listening in, if you're available and you're accessible to a telephone call, please, 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 my brother, give me a call at 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, anywhere from the Family Violence 242-300-5720, or you can just hit me up, 422-4796. That's on the text to be able to let a couple of things know. But David, you have all my numbers, all my information. I'm on air right now, waiting on you to be able to hear from exactly what's what. If not, you want to talk about it, post synopsis, you can do that. But we're always available for you, my brother. I'll just run through it one more time. It's going to be the Empower Men seminar and board games, right? Empower Men seminar and board games. It's gang reduction, intervention, and prevention. It's going to be tonight, Monday, March 18th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. at the Chapel on the Hill. This is the Youth Center right off Tonic Darling Highway. It's about iron sharpening iron. And if you want to be able to get more information, you can contact Apostle Higgins at 803-4423, 803-4423. The topic, like I said, is going to be what hurts men. What hurts men? A lot, my brother. A lot. We just have to grin and bear. Talk to me. We grin and bear and deal with the thing, right? Because, men ain't supposed to cry, we ain't supposed to this, we ain't supposed to that. But for the most part, there's a great deal of things that we still have to wrestle with internally. Internally. I think one of the greatest issues that men deal with, as I am just kind of drift off and talk about this topic for 2 seconds, one of the greatest things that men deal with is lack of consistency. I think that leads to a breakdown in our lives. When there's inconsistency, when it comes from a financial standpoint, when it comes from an occupational standpoint, when it comes from even love, when there's inconsistency, I think that's where you find issues with men. You never know a man was crazy when he had a rhythm. He had to get up, deal with this, deal with this, deal with this. You never know he had an issue. As soon as that there is an introduction of a disruptor in that space, whether that's an economic disruptor, whether that's an emotional disruptor, whether that's a spiritual disruptor, whether that's an identity crisis, whatever that is, this disruptor places some of the true issues that have been suppressed by this man and comes to the forefront. How I know? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I deal with this all the time. I try not. I've been looking for, like so many men, a sense of consistency. Something that we could all rely upon. Something that you can be able to say that I've been doing this. I'm doing this particular thing. In my church, I've joined small groups. I've joined the men group, the marriage group, the corporate team, all these particular things to be able to lend my assistance, but I still ain't got all the time. So I deal with family. But it's really important that we always surround ourselves with like-minded people. And my very good friend, Ambassador Devin Rowe. My brother, you should give me a call. I haven't heard from you in a little while. Ambassador Devin Rowe says, Howard, we need accountability partners. I think our society has placed us in a position to be able to, they believe that this is feminine. This approach is trying to effeminize men, right? This kind of an idea of being able to lean on each other and have conversations about some of the issues that we're having, whether it be emotional, whether it be occupational, whether it be economic, whatever the issues are. Society, for the most part, has said to us that this is nothing for us to talk about. Men. And what's hurting men is this idea that you place a label of feminization on things that's crucial, like communication. We've been needing to learn how to speak to each other. The communication is extremely important. And it hurts men that you seek to be able to identify this as feminine when we approach the prospect. Let's talk about these things. Let's talk about ownership. Let's talk about empowerment. Let's talk about occupation, opportunities, access, so forth and so on to do these things. I think it's wonderful stuff. So I want to commend my good friend David Williams, Elder David Williams, and Apostle Higgins for being able to take on. They've always done this. They've sat with me many times over the course of time to talk about what they're doing from International Men's Day, what they're doing on these fronts. They are at the forefront of the conversation, at the forefront of what's happening to talk about what needs to happen in the future. Guys, I wish you guys all the absolute best, all the luck in the world for being able to make these particular things happen. I want to hear from you. I want to hear more about what you guys are doing and your participation in those areas. And 2 seconds before we get out of here, I want to talk about these things now because in the news cycle, there's a couple of telephone calls I get this weekend. There seems to be, right, based upon allegations, based upon the conversations that have come to me, based upon the calls that we've gotten, there seems to be this prospect that exists, and I don't know whether or not, and this is not going to be this is not going to be talk about Haiti week again, okay? Last week, I think we had our fill, right? But this is in the news cycle, right? Last week, we've had, it feels like, unending conversations about what should happen from our perspective in how we see ourselves in the position to assist Haiti, right? Whether that's accommodation, whether that's acknowledgement, whether that's acceptance, whatever these things are. There's a significant amount of pushback. There is a desire to be able to identify a villain in this. I just want to be decent as I say this. I don't know why, right? But there is a desire to identify a villain that embodies everything that we dislike, the disdain that we have for the negative part of this culture that comes from the South in Haiti, that presents itself in our society. And we want to do something about it. And because I don't think a lot of persons can really put their finger on what's happening in the shanty towns, why there's so much Haitians coming here, why is there this such disregard and disrespect for our rules, laws, and regulations, so forth, why infringing on our... And so I think a lot of persons try to identify a villain and put the target on his or her back to deal with it. Luby Georges, for the most part, has become that villain. I think he likes it, though. When I say I think he likes it, I don't think he has a problem with it. I think he understands what his objective and his goal is. And I don't know whether or not that translates into any media is good media, once you know how to be able to spin it. And like I said, I think Luby is a good guy in these particular instances. I think the issue that we've had over the course of time is communication. We don't know how to talk to each other. We lead with emotion and we don't talk with clarity. I think we're very we lump everybody together in this one thing. Y'all this, y'all that. I think we need to be able to fix that. But the information that's coming in over the course of the past 2 days to me, indicating that there was a petition that was sent around. Someone sent it to me, 827-0111. I get some calls for it, but no one sent it to me. Someone send me the petition. I'd like to read it to see what it says. 827-0111. Text the thing to me. I know you guys have it. Text it to me. Let me look at it. And the petition started to talk about whether or not our men, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, should be commandeered, identified to serve for a time in Haiti. Now, when these men and women signed up for the Royal Bahamas Police Force, Defense Force, the Corrections, Department of Corrections, Immigration, there is an oath a commitment to serve where you're needed. These men are soldiers. This is what they do. I'm going to read a little piece of this excerpt and see if you can be able to get to the bottom of this and have a good conversation. Not too deep. Prime Minister announces Royal Bahamas Defense Force blockade for 120 officers being deployed for the operation amid Haiti crisis. This is as Haiti continues to slip deeper into turmoil with millions facing hunger, violence, and gang rule. Prime Minister Phil Brave Davis said that on Saturday, the Bahamas is taking significant steps to protect its borders. We are now deploying significant Royal Bahamas Defense Force assets to establish a Southern Bahamas blockade operation, including the surface vessels, aircraft, and 120 highly trained Royal Bahamas Defense Force personnel, said Davis in a statement released to the media. His operations will focus on the northern coast of Haiti, the Old Bahama Channel, and the Windward Passage as we expand our portals in the southern waters. The United States and the United Kingdom are also working to position assets in the region. We are working with the U.S. Coast Guard, with Turks and Caicos, and with the Cuban Border Patrol to share critical intelligence and align our efforts. You know what's amazing to me? What is amazing is the way that we've made pronouncements about our government. And I don't know whether or not this is regional, but I know that this is our government. I can't even put Cuba in that. They are very proactive. Our government is very reactive. Our government is extremely reactive. I don't know whether or not this is governmental with the expectation that after things kick off, this is what we do. But our governments, the government of the Bahamas, historically, not every single time, depending where we see leadership and specific ruleship, the government of the Bahamas presents themselves extremely reactive. And that's a problem. There is no way that after barbecue and hot sauce and honey glazed, super sour, whatever the criminal's name, whatever the condiments of the criminal's name that exist in Haiti, and the variation that make up this small package, whoever these particular persons are, after they've released the 4,000 criminals from jail, everyone now kicks into high gear to be able to patrol the borders. But this issue has been happening from 2021. 2021. July. When there was a significant death of leadership in Haiti. This bubbled over the first 90 days. We saw leadership take on this position. We saw fighting happen. We saw all these things happen in Haiti. We've been watching this. Significantly coming together and being able to hold hands and sing kumbaya about a concept and idea, excluding Haiti, right? But about a concept and idea that we can be able to conjure and say to Haiti, we want y'all to come up with your own ideas, but let your ideas be these particular things, obviously. Talk to me. And say to Haiti, after we've decided to be able to say a political seance and come together to find out certain bullet points that you should hit to find a solution, but we can let it be a Haitian-led solution. From 2021, we've been having this issue. But now, our governments, this is not me saying that you're wrong for doing what you did. Praise God, you've taken on the initiative to do what you've done. But this is extremely reactive. And if you're saying to me that we've had the manpower, and we've always had the manpower, why not do this? Is it too expensive? I want a very clear and honest conversation with you. There's no way that you could come and be able to raise the alert to the Bahamian people and say that we've taken every single measure at this point, at this juncture. over the past 7 days, I've seen boats after boats that have been captured, that have been identified, that the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, in conjunction with whoever's supporting you, have already been taken care of, detained. How many criminals have we let into our borders since 2021? That we don't know who these people are. We have no account for these people. They're not registered. They're not identified. They're out here roaming. A fella come to me the other day dressed in the people clothes from the gas station. I pulled up to the gas station. Fella come to me. He says, boss man. And I don't make fun of him. I just tell him this is what he says. He said, boss man, I look for a job. I said, what you mean you're looking for a job? Boss. And I don't know. I think it's just I'm a big guy, right? And so you automatically think I'm somebody's boss man. I don't know what this is. You keep asking me for $20, right? I pull up to the light. Hey man, you gotta lend me $20. Excuse me, so you just asked this guy for $1. You asked me for 19 more? What the hell is this? I mean, you're doing too much. So anyway, I say this. Guy says he's looking for a job. He already in a uniform. He said, man, I work here from 12 to 8. I have a lot of time. No, he said I work from 4 to 12. I have a lot of time all day. I free. You can give me job. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. There are so many people that we have no idea who these people are. There's no way that you could be 21 years old in our society and have such a heavy, heavy accent. There's no way. It says to me that you are a new inductee, that you're still going through orientation, obviously. Shantytown orientation, whatever this is, that you're still going through your course and you're looking for other opportunities. Whilst I must commend the government of the Bahamas and its affiliates for being able to take on the course and identifying these things based upon what's happening in Haiti, whilst I must commend the government of the Bahamas and pray for the safe return of all 120 persons that have gone down to Haiti, I must say to the government of the Bahamas, it is time for you to be proactive. In a new day, in a new dispensation, as the dawn of a new day rises, and we see a new light, there is an expectation that you weed out corruption and you're more proactive. We cannot continue to be able to shower accolades upon you after some things have been done. You have to be more proactive for the safeguard and the safekeeping of your citizens. You have enough brain power. We have enough expertise that exists around you to make these decisions. And if you don't make these decisions, you have the responsibility for coming to the Bahamian people and saying, this is why we haven't done these particular things. It's time for us to be able to safeguard ourselves, our position, and stop just casually talking about sovereignty. Understand that we need to live this and make this thing happen. Guys, I want to thank you so very kindly for being able to tune in with us today. That's 2 o'clock. The show is done for the day, but tomorrow we're going to have deeper, better conversations, greater conversations rather, and being able to talk about national growth and development and continue to dive into that. If you want to participate in what we're doing here on the foundation, please give me a call, 827-0111, 827-0111. Have a beautiful day. Thank you guys so very kindly, Grand Bahama Port Authority. Thank you, Bahama Brass Band, Bishop Morrison, Minister K. Thank you, David Williams. Guys, make sure you go there and check him on the Chapel Hill tonight, 6:30, and do those things. Have a beautiful day. We're going to see you tomorrow right here on The Foundation. Have a great day, guys.
Foundation. Foundation. The Foundation. The Foundation.
Bonneville Bones, established in 1970, is the leader in men's fashion in the Bahamas. We're conveniently located in the mall at Marathon and the Harbor Bay Shopping Plaza, and fully stocked with everything you need for all occasions. Our Harbor Bay location is one door north of Alive, with the black and white signage of Bonneville Boutique. Both locations are open from 10 to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Bonneville Bones and Bonneville Boutique, still the leader in men's fashion. located in the mall at Marathon and the Harbor Bay Shopping Plaza.
Why settle for an ordinary burger when you can indulge in the new Farmhouse King at Burger King Nassau? Sink your teeth into 2 juicy flame-grilled beef patties piled high with crisp bacon, American cheese, crispy onions, a fried egg, and a spicy mayo sauce that adds bold flavor to every bite. Enjoy the new Farmhouse King as a combo with fries and a drink. Or if you're feeling extra hungry, try the King's Feast. Available exclusively at Burger King Nassau.
Are you ready for the best of the best? Keep the Vibe Alive Music Group, Alpha Sound Promotion, and Guardian Radio presents the best of the best Rake and Script Explosion Concert. Mark your calendars for May 11th as Super Club Breezes grounds ignite with Bahamian talent featuring KB, Gino D, Funky D, Veronica Bishop, The Brylanders, Avi, Elon Moxie, and Shine 242. Join the Falcons, Ira Store, Novi Pierre, Johnny Cake, Mama D, Nishi LS, Pat Ramis, Stevie S, and Shad Colley and the VIPs for an electrifying night of music and culture. Tickets are flying, so grab yours now. Available online at BahamaZTickets.com or swing by the Beauty Shack on Soldier Road and Carmichael Road. This is the event of the year. The best of the best Rake and Scrape Explosion at Breezes Resorts. Gates open at 6 p.m. Don't miss out on the Bahamian magic.
RBC debit card holders collecting a new RBC Visa debit chip card just got easier with Saturday opening hours. Visit our Cable Beach, Carmichael Road, Palmdale, and Prince Charles branches March 16th and March 23rd between 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. with one form of valid government-issued ID. Start enjoying greater security